Hello friends, our today's topic of discussion is properties of match filter. The objectives are to study properties of match filter and to find the impulse response and output of match filter. The match filter, it is a technique to detect the signals and it is an optimum method to sense availability of spectrum since the match filter can maximize the SNR even if there is a additive white Gaussian noise. An optimum filter which yields a maximum ratio, that is XO square of T divided by sigma, is called as a match filter when the input noise is white. Then the power spectral density, that is PSD of input white noise, is given by SNIF is equal to NO divided by 2. Now, properties of match filter. A filter which is matched to an input x of t, it is characterized in the time domain by the impulse response. So, h of t is equal to x of t minus t. Impulse response is a time reversed and delayed version of the input signal x of t. Taking the Fourier transform of both the sides, we obtain the transfer function of the match filter as h of f is equal to Fourier transform of x of t, that is equal to Fourier transform of x of t minus t. So h of f, it is equal to complex conjugate of the spectrum of the input signal x of f into e raised to minus g 2 pi ft. So, the transfer function of the match filter is thus the complex conjugate of the spectrum of the input signal x of f except for the delayed factor indicated by the term e raised to minus j pi 2 pi ft. Based on these fundamental pairs of relations, we are going to derive some important properties of the match filter. So, the first property is the spectrum of the output signal of a match filter is except for a delay factor proportional to the energy spectral density of the input signal. Now, turning towards the proof of the first property, let the output signal be XO of t and its Fourier transform be XO of f. So, here XO of f, that is Fourier transform of x of f, that is output signal XO of f, it is equal to h of f into x of f. But h of f is equal to complex conjugate of x of f into e raised to minus j 2 pi ft. Now, here XO of f, by putting this h of f into first equation, we can find out XO of f, that is output signal transfer function x conjugate of f into e raised to minus j 2 pi ft into x of f. So, if we solve this, x of f into complex conjugate of x of f into e raised to minus j 2 pi ft. So, here we can rewrite this XO of f. It is equal to magnitude of x of f square e raised to minus j 2 pi ft. The first term, you can consider this as the energy spectral density of the input signal x of t. So, we can write x of f, it is equal to psi of f into e raised to minus j 2 pi ft. So, this is the first property that we have proved. It is the spectrum of the output signal of a match filter is except for the delayed factor, it is proportional to the energy spectral density of the input signal, that is x of f. Now, turning towards the second property of the match filter, the output signal XO of f of a match filter is proportional to the shifted version of the autocorrelation function of the input signal x of t to which the filter is matched. Now, by considering the previous equations, we can rewrite this XO of f, that is the first property. It gives you, that is psi of f, that is nothing but energy spectral density of the input signal x of t. It is multiplied by e raised to minus j 2 pi ft. Now, we can obtain the output signal, that is XO of t, from this above expression by taking the inverse Fourier transform. So we can write the output signal XO of t, it is equal to I of t of XO of f. Now if we solve this, integration minus infinity to infinity XO of f e raised to j 2 pi ft dt. Now by substituting the value of x of f, this x of f, we can rewrite the output signal expression XO of t, it is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity psi of f e raised to j 2 pi f of t minus t df. Earlier, we have proved the autocorrelation function R of tau and energy spectral density psi of f form a Fourier transform pair. So we can write this, that is autocorrelation function R of tau, it is Fourier transform of psi of f. That means R of tau is nothing but it is equal to the integration minus infinity to infinity psi of f into e raised to j 2 pi f tau df. Comparing the equations, we conclude that XO of t, it is equal to the first term. You can consider this as R of tau, with tau is equal to t minus t. XO of t is equal to nothing but R of t minus tau. So it is proved that the output signal of match filter is proportional to shifted version of the autocorrelation function of the input signal x of t to which the filter is matched. Now coming towards the third property of match filter, the output signal to noise ratio of a match filter depends only on the ratio of signal energy to the power spectral density of the white noise at the filter input. Now we can see the proof of this. For this we need to consider signal to noise ratio of an optimal filter, which states that the signal to noise ratio, it is equal to XO of t divided by sigma square, the maximum value of the same. It is again indicated with integration minus infinity to infinity x of f square Sni of f, whereas S suffix ni of f, it is PSD of input noise to the filter. Now, for a matched filter, the input noise is white noise with a PSD NO by 2. So, the signal to noise ratio at the matched filter output is given as 2 divided by NO integration minus infinity to infinity magnitude of x of f square df. But the integration minus infinity to infinity x of f square, it is nothing but the E, that is energy, as per Rayleigh's theorem. So, we can find out the SNR is equal to 2E divided by NO. So, this term, for this we have represented it is with E. So, 2E divided by NO. So, the output signal to noise ratio of a match filter is 2E by NO. This equation is perhaps the most important result in evaluation of the performance of signal processing systems using match filter. And this tells us that the match filter does not depend on the shape of the input signal x of t, but judgment made by the match filter depends only on the energy E of the input signal. Now, we are going to see examples based on this. The first example is to find out the impulse response and output of a match filter. The x of t is given over here. For this, we are going to find out the impulse response as well as output of a match filter. So, we already know that how to find out the impulse response of a match filter, and from that how to find out the output. That is, we need to find out h of t first and then y of t, that is nothing but x of t convolved with h of t. So, for the first we can see the input signal x of t, it is given as it is, that is with the amplitude A over here, that is the input signal. Now, we can find out the second one, x of minus t, that is nothing but time folded version of the input signal. So, we can find out it is a mirror image of x of t over here. So, now the folded signal which is delayed by t is equal to 3. because t is equal to 3 over here. This is the time period t, which is 3. So folded signal delayed by t is equal to 3. If you find out, that is nothing but x of t minus tau. We can draw this signal as 0 to a amplitude. Again, the folded version of the time folded version of the input signal. Delayed version of the same, that is x of t minus t. Now if you find out the impulse response of the match filter with the amplitude h of t, that is equal to 2k divided by no x of t minus tau. So thus if you compare with the previous one, it is the same signal but the amplitude is changed now. The amplitude is 2k divided by no, that is nothing but h of t. Now the last one, that is output of a match filter. We have already proved in the last topic, that is y of t is equal to x of t convolved with h of t. So directly we can find out this is the output of a match filter. Now the example, in this we need to consider a signal s of t which is given in a below figure, and for this we need to determine the impulse response of a filter matched to this signal and sketch it as a function of time. Second, plot the match filter output as a function of time, and we need to find out the peak value of the output also. So the S of t is given over here with the amplitude 1 and minus 1. For the time period, that is for 0.5 the amplitude is 1, and from 0.5 to 1 the amplitude is minus 1. Now here the impulse response of a match filter, it is given by h of t is equal to 2k divided by no into x of t minus tau. Already we have proved the impulse response of a match filter, that is h of t, with the amplitude 2k divided by no into x of t minus tau t. Now we can assume for simplicity the amplitude 2k divided by no is equal to 1. So we can directly get h of t is equal to x of t minus t. The given signal s of t can be mathematically expressed. We have seen that equation signal s of t, which is given over here, that is for the time period in between 0 to 0.1 the amplitude is 1, otherwise from 0.1 to 1 the amplitude is minus 1. So in the same way we can mathematically express our x of t, s of t, that is minus 1 for 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 0.5, and for the remaining it will be as well. The output y of t of a match filter, and it is obtained by a convolution of input signal s of t, that we know output is equal to y of t is equal to s of t into convolved with h of t. Now in the same way, in the same previous example, we can consider the input signal S of t with the amplitude 1 minus 1, that is for the period 0 to 0.5, 0.5 to 1, that is minus 1. Now we can find out the time folded version of the input signal, that is S of minus t over here, and next to that we can find out directly the impulse response of a match filter, that is h of t is nothing but S of t minus t, which is also considered as a as actually the thing is that here we have considered h of t is the amplitude is 2k divided by no. So the folded signal delayed by t is same as the impulse response of a match filter. So it's as simple as h of t is equal to s of t minus t over here. Now we can find out the output of a match filter. We know that is in the previous equation we have seen, that is output of a match filter is y of t, which is equal to s of t convolved with h of t. So here we can simply find out the the impulse response already we got, and after that we can find out the output of a match filter also. So from here, like we are getting this as the output y of t over here for the time period 0.5, again 0.5 to 1, here again 1 to 1.5, and again from this to 2 also. So this is the output of match filter. So in today's lecture we have seen all the properties of the match filter. There are three properties of match filter which explains the spectrum of a output signal of a match filter is except for delay, time delay factor proportional to the energy spectral density of the input signal. Second property we have seen, the output signal x of t of a match filter is proportional to the shifted version of the autocorrelation function of the input signal x of t to which the filter is matched. And the last property we have seen, the output signal to noise ratio of a match filter, it depends only on the ratio of the signal energy to the power spectral density of the white noise at the filter output. And we have proved the signal to noise ratio is 2E by NO. We have seen some examples based on the match filter also. Thank you.